Barron Trump had always been the quiet one, the youngest in a family that constantly lived under the public eye. But what unfolded in the lecture hall at Whitmore University left everyone stunned in the moment and is now sparking discussions far beyond the campus. It was an ordinary Tuesday morning at Whitmore University, nestled in the peaceful heart of Oregon. Students made their way into room 305, settling in for a cultural criticism lecture led by none other than Professor Eleanor Grayson, a name known for her sharp wit and bold critiques. Grayson was the kind of professor who commanded attention and often stirred controversy. Among the sea of eager students sat a young man, tall, composed, dressed simply in a hoodie and jeans. No one in that room realized this unassuming student was Barron Trump, the son of former President Donald Trump. Enrolled under a pseudonym, he had sought a place where he could think freely, where his ideas would be judged for what they were, not for his last name. But by the end of that lecture, Barron Trump's name would be on everyone's lips. Professor Grayson launched into her lecture with her usual energy, diving into a discussion on public image and the power of perception. She dissected the personas of well-known figures, using them as examples to expose societal hypocrisies. Then, she mentioned a name that made Barron sit up just a little straighter. Take Melania Trump, for example, Grayson said, her tone dripping with sarcasm. A woman praised for her elegance and poise. But what does that say about our values? Are beauty and silence really the virtues we choose to celebrate? The room filled with soft laughter and murmurs. Encouraged, Grayson continued, turning her critique into a full-blown takedown of Melania Trump's public image. She mocked the Be Best initiative, questioned Melania's contributions, and dismissed her as nothing more than a relic of outdated societal ideals. Sitting in the third row, Barron felt the weight of every word. He was known for keeping to himself, but this wasn't a moment for silence. Slowly, he raised his hand. The lecture hall fell silent. Grayson, mid-sentence, paused. Her sharp eyes landed on him. Yes, she asked, her tone curt. Barron stood. His movements were measured, his voice calm but firm, cutting through the tension. You speak about my mother as if she's just an image, a caricature of what society wants her to be. But have you ever stopped to consider the person behind the headlines? The room held its breath. Every student leaned in. Barron continued, his voice unwavering. He spoke about his mother's journey, from a small town in Slovenia to the White House. He described her quiet strength, her intelligence, and the relentless judgment she endured. Maybe the problem isn't her, he said. Maybe the problem is how we, as a society, decide who is worth celebrating. His words struck the room like a thunderclap. Even Professor Grayson, known for her quick rebuttals, was momentarily speechless. When she finally responded, her voice was noticeably more measured. Those are compelling points, she admitted. But Barron wasn't finished. It's easy to judge someone from the outside, he said. What's harder is understanding their full story. Criticism is fair, but what you're doing, it's not scrutiny. It's mockery. The room erupted in applause. For the first time, his classmates didn't just see a quiet student sitting among them. They saw someone who carried the weight of extraordinary experiences and the courage to speak up. By the next lecture, the dynamic had completely shifted. Grayson, now visibly contemplative, addressed the class with newfound humility. Last week, she admitted, I was challenged in a way that made me rethink not just my arguments, but my entire approach to teaching. For that, I owe all of you, and especially one of you, my gratitude. Barron Trump had done more than just defend his mother. He had transformed the conversation. His words were a reminder that even in disagreement, empathy and fairness matter. A student's recording of his response went viral, captioned, "When the quietest person in the room changes everything." The video sparked heated debates about public perception, respect, and the power of standing up for what's right. But what happened that day at Whitmore University wasn't just about a lecture. It was a reminder that we should all look beyond the surface and question the way we judge others. For more thought-provoking stories like this, subscribe to Unveiled Stories and join the conversation. Let's explore the moments that challenge us to think deeper and live better.